The guest list was the next battle. But then came the moment that almost broke my composure. The ceremony plan. Apparently, my sister wanted to walk first, say a few words, and then step aside gracefully. Gracefully. As in, hijack the wedding and pretend it was generosity. Even my father said, "It'll be symbolic. She's giving you her blessing." My blessing. From her. Right. And I'm the Virgin Mary handing out holy water at Starbucks. At this point, we could have blown the whole thing up. But we didn't. Because our revenge wasn't ready yet. We needed timing. So we smiled, agreed, and kept feeding the delusion. Weeks rolled by. Dress fittings, cake tastings, photographer meetings, all coordinated by my family, but finalized quietly by us. We even convinced them to let us handle the printing of the invitations, which meant we could tweak the wording ever so slightly. The formal invites they approved read, "You are cordially invited to the wedding of my name and husband's name." Perfectly normal. But the version that went out to the guests said, "You are invited to witness the wedding of my name and husband's name, generously hosted by her family in honor of both daughters." That tiny phrase, "in honor of both daughters," was my husband's idea. It looked sweet, harmless, until the big day when people would interpret it exactly the way we wanted. And then came the masterstroke, the slideshow. Every wedding has one, right? Childhood photos, growing up, couple moments. My sister insisted on approving it. She demanded her own section, so people understand how close we are. So my husband built a slideshow with music and subtle narration, mostly wholesome with some sibling pictures. What she didn't know was that halfway through, it would switch to our version. Let's just say he'd found all the best childhood gems. Her tantrums, her cringe teenage music videos, her old social media posts declaring she'd never settle for less than a billionaire. All sourced from her own public profiles, set to dramatic violin music. We didn't alter or fake anything, just contextualized it. By the time the slideshow ended, every guest would have a crystal clear picture of who the princess really was. Finally, the week of the wedding arrived. My parents were buzzing like they'd just produced the royal gala of the year. They'd spent a ridiculous amount, close to my annual salary at the time. Every time they boasted about their generosity, my husband and I just exchanged tiny, knowing smiles. 2 nights before the wedding, I got the message from my sister. "Hey, just confirming. I'll go first down the aisle, then you come in after, okay?" I replied, "Wouldn't have it any other way." Because, oh, we were ready. We had every vendor briefed, every cue timed, every word in the officiant's script planned to perfection. Even the photographer knew the real shot list. Document everything. My husband joked that we should rent popcorn machines. Honestly, if there'd been room, I might have. The night before the ceremony, my mom called to remind me, again, that this was about family unity and showing grace. I agreed sweetly, hung up, and turned to my husband. He said, "Tomorrow's not a wedding. It's a documentary." And that's exactly what it became. If weddings are supposed to start with butterflies, mine started with fireworks, the emotional kind.